to all. So we are going to continue with our portions from Python programming. So we were dealing with introduction to Python, and we were discussing about the Python installation and how to do the how to draw the flow chart in the first class, and also the flowchart for various different types of programs, right? So we were discussing that and some of the print statements. And in the second class, we were mostly dealing with how what are the various types of printing that you can do in Python. So it's a normal printing like hi, hello world with some strings which you whatever you type within the print statement will be printed on the screen. Then there are print statements where you need to include some variables in between, and whatever value is present in that variable will be printed. So in for which you are using the format print statement, right? So these were the different ways of printing that we learned, and also what happens when you concatenate two strings, what happens when you concatenate a string and a number, which produces an error message, and how do you concatenate. In some cases you can use a plus sign to concatenate two strings, whereas the plus sign actually works only if both the variables are strings. If one is a string and other is a integer, the plus is confused whether, because one is an integer. So for when it comes to an integer variable, plus is used for addition, but when it comes to a string, plus is used for concatenation. So if you have one variable as a string and other one as an integer, the plus throws an error message. So this is what we discuss. Whereas if you use a plus for two variables which are integers, then it will add and give you the result. So how the function of that plus symbol changes within the print statement based on the variables that you use. So this is something which we discussed, and mainly we discussed about different types of slicing in string operations. So we were discussing about what are strings. Strings is a combination of different characters enclosed within double quotes. So that is called a string. So a string can have any characters. It can be alphabets, it can be numbers, it can be any special characters, whatever it may be. So that is what we call as a string. And slicing of string. You want to take one part of the string and print it. You want to take characters. You want to take set of characters from the beginning and print it. Set of characters from the end and print it. So what happens when you put in the slicing? What happens if you put a negative number? It starts counting from the end of the string. So these are some of the things, and these are very important things. Please revise it. Please work it out. um, I showed how to install the this one. What to say? Python, Python into your system. So please install it. Please work all those things out. If you don't do it, and if you just theoretically learn, you won't understand. You won't be able to do any programs. So this is very important. And since you don't have a lab for this, it's important you do it on your own. Okay, so today we'll be discussing in detail about what are the different data types that we have, what are the yeah, we discussed mostly the data, yeah, the important data types. The We already saw what are numerical data types, floating point, complex numbers. So we'll be diving a bit deeper into that. So before that, we were doing a case study in the last class. So we'll just see through it and then we'll move on to the next topic. Okay. I hope you all um, got access to the drive. Did you all get access to the drive? Did you all get access to the drive?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, I got okay. Oh yeah, I didn't accept the request. Okay, I got 21 requests. So please check if you all have got it. I have accepted it.
Ma'am, can you send it again? I just joined the group.
Where did I send the link? I think can someone post that link again in the group? Whoever were there present. Well, my mobile is not there with me now. Yeah. Okay. I hope you can see this. Okay, so this is what we were discussing in the previous class, the case study for income tax calculator, where how will you, yeah, and this is one more thing which we discussed in the previous class, how to put input into the program. So in order to take input that the user gives, what is the statement that you write? So you use the input function. And sometimes the input and all the values that the input function accepts is always in a string format. Suppose here you are asking the customer request a program that computes a person's income tax, and these are the conditions that are given, right? So in order to compute the income tax, when you read the question, there are two things which has to be given as the input. What are those things? One is his income. What is his income? So it has to be given by the user, and which has to be stored in a variable. And the second one is this part. Where is it? Dependents, huh? For each dependent. So you have to ask how many dependents are there. So first one is the income, which is one input, and other one is the number of dependents. Okay, number of dependents. So these are the two inputs that you have to get from the user. Okay, now what happens is whatever input, and see, both the inputs are either, this can be a floating point number. Floating point means it can be a decimal number, okay, or mostly an integer. You won't have 70,000 0.56 as your salary, right? So mostly it will be a decimal number. In some cases, it can be a floating point number also. Anyway, so the first one is an integer. The second one is also an integer. Number of dependents, maybe three dependents, four dependents. Okay, that is also an integer. But what happens is the input function, which reads the input from the user into the program, always reads it as a string. Now, what happens is you need to convert the string into a integer. This is very, very important. When you write the programs, you will don't just use the input function. Make sure you are converting if it is a integer number or a floating number. Okay, because or else if you give the output, there will always be an error message, because the input function cannot add two strings. Then you will do all the calculations thinking it's an integer, but function always accepts the input as a string. So please you do the conversion into whatever type you want to convert it into. So this is what we saw in the previous class. And what's the program? I hope you can see this. So this is where we were doing the program, and yeah, this was the program. So first, what happens? The first one is these things are given to you in the question. The tax rate, which is 20%, standard deduction 10,000, and dependent, for each dependent a 3,000 rupees deduction is there. Now what happens? What are the inputs that you need? First you need to read the gross income. So gross income using the input function. See, this is the input function within which this is the statement which can be printed, because if you just write the input function, you it works even without this double quote, whatever is inside the double quote. But then you won't understand what is the input they are asking you for. Suppose if I ask you, okay, give the input, you will be wondering what input should I give. I should tell you, okay, give me your age, then you will give me the age. If I simply ask you, give me an input, you won't know what I'm asking you, right? So that's what. So the input function without the statement is something similar to that. You are, the computer is asking for some input, or the program is asking for some input, but you don't know what is it asking you for. Based on what is asked only you can give, right? So that is why these are the things which makes it user friendly. Okay, so enter the gross salary. So this is the thing that you are telling the person, I am waiting to get an input which is the gross salary. So then you will type the gross salary. But remember, input function takes everything as string. Now you need to convert it. So salary can be an integer or a floating. Floating means if it is 70,000, it is 70,000.00. That's how it reads it. Now the dependence. The dependent is also a string which is read. Number of dependents. If you write 4, it will be read as double quote 4 because string can contain anything. Alphabets, numbers, special characters, whatever it is. So it will take input as 4 as a string or number of dependents as a string. Now you need to convert that into integer. So this part, type conversion in an input function is very important. Later on, what you do now, since all these are floating and integers, you can do the calculation. Taxable income is gross income minus standard deduction is the variable. What is it? 10,000 minus number of dependents time dependent deduction. What is the dependent deduction? 3,000. So if you have two dependents, 6,000 rupees deduction. Okay. So what is the final taxable income? Income tax, taxable income times tax rate. Tax rate is 0.2. That would be that will be the answer. So income tax will be inside this particular variable. Now you need to print it. So what is the special print function here? Format print function, which means you can type your taxable income for whatever values there inside gross income will be printed. Now, if you want to write it in this manner, you have to put this F, which says that it's a formatted print statement. F before the double quotes. Usually you don't put F or anything. You can simply write print, print. My name is Vidya. That's it. This is how you write the print statement. But if you want to print something, my name is Vidya and my pin code is, you want to write something, then that is the pin code, which must be inside some variable. Okay, pin code is equal to 1234566. Okay, now this is not related to the program, so now you see it. Now what happens, my name is Vidya and my pin code is, whatever is there inside pin code will be printed there. Yes, are you able to understand this? Okay, enter your name. Why is my name coming here? Okay, sorry, this is a different file because I am working, I have to execute this Vidya new one.py. What is executing is the main file, so I have to change that. Okay, okay, enter the salary 70,000. Number of dependents, 3 dependents. So you got taxable income taxes 10,200. Okay. Now you see this is other statement which I've written. My name is Vidya and my pin code is, whatever is there inside this pin code variable will be printed. So suppose if I want to change it, you don't have to keep changing it here. Just change it here. So it will change wherever you are printing it. It will be changed there. Okay. Okay. Is that clear? I hope this is clear. So this is what we discussed in the previous class. Now, coming back to our presentation. So now the various types of strings, assignments, and comments. So comment is something which we saw in the previous one. So which is written within as a hash. You write a hash and then you write the comment there. So I'll show it in the previous example itself. There was a comment above each set of code that you have written. We were writing a comment there. Okay, so the first one is strings, assignments, and comments. So we are going to understand what are the strings, assignments, and comments. Strings which you already know. Yes. Now this is a string. Whatever is there within the double quotes is a string. Now what all can be there inside the double quote? You can have characters. See, all these are characters. These are numbers. You can have numbers. These are special characters, dollar, all those kind of signs, full stop, comma, a string can contain it's a sequence of characters, numbers, special characters, and many other things. Yes, so that is what you call as a string. Now, what are the types of data mentioned in the above statement? So here you have name. Where is the name? Our name is there, Michael, and then you have a date. Where is the date? Sorry, address is there. Some price is there. Our date is 2007. A date or a year is there. So it can have different variables. Now, suppose if you want to print all this, you have to enter this value 2007 into a variable called year is equal to 2007. Name is equal to Michael. What is the other one? Price is equal to 120,000. Then address is equal to this one. Now, what happens if you write the print statement? You can write print of F is a formatted print statement. How do you write? In the bracket year, comma, name, Michael, paid. Then rest of it is simple statements. Paid, dollar. What happens? Price for her house at all these things you are writing. Then this is inside the variable address. So you write address. This is how you write a print statement. Suppose all these values are within some variables. Yes? Is that clear? What are the different types of data that you can have? So it is an integer data here. It's a string data type here. It's again an integer here, or it can be a floating. Then this is again a string. Is that clear? So this is how, what are the different types of data and how can you use it for printing the statement. Okay. So the different data types are integers, real numbers. Real numbers means anything, decimals, all the decimals, negative, positive, everything are called real numbers. Real numbers is a superset, right? Within real numbers, you have integers, whole numbers, uh, everything. Yeah. So real numbers is a superset. So real numbers are usually of the type float. Integers are written as int. So it can have all negative, positive, and zero. All the numbers. Okay, without decimal. With decimal are called floating or real numbers. Okay, you use in Python, you use the type float. Now, what are characters? Anything enclosed within double quotes. A high, only one character. If it is only one character, you have to write it within single quotes. If it is multiple characters, H is one character, I is another character. If it is multiple characters, you have to enclose within double quotes as it is written here. Yes. So here 66 is not taken as an integer, it is considered as a string because it is enclosed within double quotes. Is that clear? So these are the different types of data. There are more data types which you will be seeing. So let us see the string literal. So this is what we have already seen. A string literal is a sequence of characters enclosed within single or double quotations. So you can write in single or double quotations. If it is a single character, you can write it within single quotes or you can write it within a double quote. Okay. And empty string. This is one very important thing. Empty string. What is an empty string? An empty string is something where there is no value inside the quotations. This is your single quotes or within your double quotes. There is no value. Even space is not there. Don't think that there is a space. There is no space. No space. So that is why it's very close together. Okay, it's with single quotes without anything inside. That is called an empty string. Okay, a string from so the empty string is different from a string that has a single blank space. If you have even a blank space, then that is actually a string. It is not an empty string because it is not empty. A blank space is there. Empty string doesn't have even the blank space. It is just one quote after the other. Okay, a quote, two quotes together. There is no gap or anything, space or anything between. So that is called an empty string. Okay, now we will see what is this escape sequence. So escape sequence are the way Python expresses special characters. Suppose if you want to use a backspace, you use backslash b, new line character backslash n, tab backslash t. So you will see what are these things. Wait, let me share that. Mm, okay, yeah. Ah, Remember, I told you about comments. So this is how you write the comments. So comments are statements which will not be executed. This initialized constants, these statements were not even executed by the software. Okay. But then what happened? Why are you writing all those things? You are writing it so that when you read it later on, you will understand why did you even write this code. So this is the code. This is the main code that you are writing. It is an explanation for your code. What have you done here? You are requesting for input, but you don't want the computer to execute this because it's not a Python language, isn't it? It's just English language. So if you write it without a hash here, it throws an error. You see here, it throws an error. Request for inputs, because this is not a Python statement. This is some English statement. That's it. But why have you written there? You have written so that you can understand what comes after. What are you doing there? So then what do? You just put a hash statement or hash symbol, which means that you are telling the software, or you are telling the program that don't execute this particular line. It is only for me to understand. You won't understand if you read it. Okay. You're telling this to the software, or the program. Okay. So these are called comments. You write comments, right? If you have a document, you write comments near to it, which is self-explanatory statements. Okay. So that is one thing. And what were we discussing? Okay, about escape sequence. So what is this escape sequence? Where did I write it? Yeah. So escape sequence, like a backslash n. Now what does this backslash n do? Suppose if I write, mm, yeah. Suppose if I write, my name is Vidya, I live in Cochin. How is it executed? My name is Vidya, I live in Cochin. This is how it is written. Right? Everything in one single line. Suppose I say I want this line to be in the I live in Kochi should come in the next line. It has to be printed in the next line. So what do? Backslash n, which is this is a escape sequence. What does it do? It tells the system when a backslash n is encountered, you go to the next line or a new line. So now what happens when you run this? My name is Vidya. I live in Kochi comes in the next line. Understand? Is this clear? Yeah. Now there is another escape sequence. Suppose if instead of new line, I say I want to put a tab. So it's backslash t. What does this do? It puts a tab between both the sentences. My name is Vidya. You see a tab here, and then I live in Kochi. Is that clear? Now suppose there is another escape sequence. Backslash n. Sorry, backslash b. Backspace. It is backspace. What does it do? My string is still here, Cochin full stop. When I put a backslash b, what does it do? It makes a backspace. Backspace na remanda e dot illandav, full stop illandav, or whatever is there at the end, that final character will be erased. Okay, it's simple. Backspace. How does the backspace work? Now what happens here? See my full stop here, Kochi gone. Sorry, after Kochi the full stop is gone. Suppose if I don't have Kochi, I mean full stop, what happens? What will the backspace do? It will erase the I from Cochin. See, is this clear for everyone? What does a backspace? Sorry, backslash b, which is a backspace escape sequence. What does it do? Backslash t, a tab escape sequence. What does it do? Backslash n, it is a new line escape sequence. What does it do? So my name is backslash n. So Vidya comes in the new line. See what happens. My name is Vidya comes in the new line, and then what happens? What did you give here? You give a tab. So there is a tab. I live in Kochi. Backspace escape sequence. So I is removed. The last letter no ഒരു backspace. അത്രേ. Is this clear? Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, All right. So now the next one is string concatenation. You can keep the this one, what to say, presentation on in your, if you want you can keep it on in your I know, sorry, I don't think I have updated it in your folder. Okay, anyways. So string concatenation is where we saw how do you use a plus statement in order to concatenate two strings, right? So where did we do that? Yeah, here. So I have say three strings x, y, z. Then there are another two variables a and b, which is having integers. X, y, and z is having strings. Okay. Now if I say print x, y, z, what happens? What is printed? X is what? Good evening, everyone. With the space. I did not ask them to put a space. But if you write it x, comma, y, comma, z, it puts a space in between. Now what happens? What is this plus that comes here? So plus is the concatenation, string concatenation. Concatenation means what? You are combining the strings together. So when you do this x plus y plus z, what happens? Good evening, everyone. Everything is concatenated. It is attached. It is brought together. So you don't see a space there. Okay. So it comes as one single string. Okay. I mean, without a space. Now, my question, this is what we discussed, right? Print x is a string, and when you do x plus y, it just prints good and evening, right? Now suppose instead of y I'm giving a, what happens? A is an integer. Now you see what will be the output of this. It throws an error. What does the error show? So until here it was printed. See, good evening everyone. It is printed. But when it comes to the next line, there is an error. What is the error? Can only concatenate strings. So if you have a string, you can concatenate string with a string, not a string with an integer. So because this plus, when it comes to a plus sign, for an integer plus is addition, for a string plus is concatenation. Now what will the program consider this plus as addition or concatenation? You cannot add a string and a integer together, right? So in such cases, you cannot, this throws an error. But suppose if I write a plus b, then it is fine because both are integers. It will consider plus as a addition sign. Now what if you want to write good evening everyone 5, you want to print, or good 5, you want to join both a integer and a string in the print statement. So you should not use a plus sign. Instead, you can use a comma simple. So when you use a comma, what happens? Good 5. It is concatenated together. Or basically it says you're printing the first variable, then you're printing the second variable, no matter what it is. But plus resembles concatenation for a string and addition for integer. So when a string and integer comes together, you cannot put a plus. It will throw an error. But if you want to print both the things, then you can put a comma in order to print it. Is that clear? This will print, but if you write x plus a, sorry, x plus a, it will throw an error. It will throw an error. So you can type like this, comments, for you to understand. This will throw an error. Okay. All right. Is this clear? String concatenation. Next one is, you know what are the variables. So here all this x, y, z, a, b, all these are variables. And you are writing some expression on the other side where this the value, whatever is there on the right hand side, is given to the variable. Okay, so the variable x, y, z, a, b is storing whatever value you have on the right hand side. Yes, that is clear, isn't it? Now, suppose this is my question. You can write the answer in the chat. So then let me just see how well you can understand this. Now this is the question. Let the variable, there are two variables x which is having the string dog and another variable y which is having the string cat. What will be the output if you write x plus y? First one. Type it in the chat. What will be the output if you write x plus y? Print x plus y. Dog and cat. Okay, dog cat together. Isn't it? Dog and cat will come together without a space. Okay, that is what the plus sign, because plus is a concatenation, x and y are variables, sorry, strings. Yeah. Now the second one, the plus x plus chase the plus y. What happens there? The dog chases the cat. Space is there because they have put the space within, after there is a space you see within the string. Then you have x, which is cat, sorry, dog. Then double quotes, there is a space, and then you have written chases. So they have naturally put the space. Now what happens if you write x star 4? X is dog. Exactly. So dog will be printed 4 times. So that is what happens here. Okay. So if I say print, oh, you cannot see, no? X star 4. It will print X is dog here. It will print dog 4 times without space in between, as they have written. See in the comment, you can see it. Yeah, dog, 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 dog. So without a space in between, dog will be printed 4 times. So here star, for a string, star is working not as multiplication, but how many times should you repeat that particular string? So for variables, and for, if suppose x was an integer, suppose the value of x is 10, what will you get? X times 4, you will get 40 as the answer, isn't it? Whereas if you have a string and you are using a star operator, what happens? That particular string will be printed 4 times. This is very important. Please note all those things down, because when you are asked, you might be asked to predict the output. In such cases, you should know what will be the output. Hmm? Okay. So coming back to the numerical data types. Now this is plain theory. So numerical data types include 0. Yes, we have all the numbers from negative infinity, 0 to positive infinity. All the integers. Okay, no decimals. So that is what we call integers. Yeah. So the integer data type in many programming language consists of the integers from what is the range? Negative 2147483 to positive number. Yes. So this is the magnitude which they can, which in many of the programming languages that they have. In Python, integers is much larger and is limited only by the memory. It can increase to any number of digits. It's not limited to only this. You can increase to any number of digits, provided that much memory is there. Okay. So Python doesn't give any limitation for what is the range of integers that you can write. Next one, floating points. Anything which is having a fraction, starting from negative infinity to positive infinity, anything with decimals. Okay. So even if you write 5, 5 will be considered as 5.00. It is again a floating point. It is used to represent real numbers, anything which has a decimal notation. Okay. Now that is in the, what to say, numerical data types. Now you have character sets. Character means which is enclosed within a single quote or a double quote. Okay. Now what happens is the characters has got a specific coding called the ASCII coding, and that is how each character is stored in the memory of the program. So Python has got an ASCII encoding. So in what happens is most of the programming language has an ASCII encoding, which means there is a code for each and every character. Character എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ? Numbers, alphabets, special characters, all these are each and it's a single one. Okay. So example, see, 3, 4, plus, hash, dollar, capital U, at the rate, all the capital alphabets A to Z, all the small letters A to Z, delete, brackets, what happens? Exponent, backslash, each and everything is a character. Okay. So all characters, there is a corresponding code. What is the code? The ASCII code for the character R. R എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ അക്ഷരത്തിന്റെ ASCII code എന്താ ഇവിടെ? So where is R? R is over. Capital R. What is the ASCII code? And a corresponding row value and a corresponding column value. What is it? 82. 82 is ASCII code for the capital R. Similarly, you can find the ASCII code for any of the characters. Yes. So this is how it is stored in the computer's memory, okay, with some numbers, numbers representing different characters. Okay, so suppose if you want, so in Python's ORD and CHR function, these are the two functions that we use in order to convert. Suppose an ASCII character code is given 82 എന്ന് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, you should know what does this 82 represent. It represents capital R. So how do you convert an ASCII code into the character or a character into ASCII code? ഇതിനാണ് you use these two functions, ORD and CHR. So ORD, what does it do? It converts a character into its ASCII value. ORD of A. A യുടെ ASCII value എന്താ? So it will go to A. What is A's ASCII value? 97 will be printed. Capital A യുടെ 65. This is capital A. 65 will be printed. Now suppose I am telling you 24. What will be the character for the number? Sorry, 24. Let me take up 74. What will be the character for 74? J. Or 65. 65, capital A will be printed. So ORD function is used to convert a character or to find the ASCII code of the character, and CHR function is used to find the character for a particular ASCII code. Is that clear? Are you able to? So this is how each and every character is stored in the in the programming memory as ASCII codes. There is a specific code that is called the original ASCII encoding. This is the ASCII encoding for each keyboard character. Keyboard lower characters, because everything you are entering through the keyboard. So every keyboard character has got a particular ASCII code. Yes. So that is how it detects what is the number or what is a character or what is the key that you have pressed in the keyboard. Is that clear? And it is of the range 0 to 127. Yes. So the next one is, so you saw integer data types, you saw strings. There are Boolean values. What is Boolean? Boolean variable, it is two values, either true or false. Yes. So suppose if I say print x 10 greater than 9, what will be the answer? Is 10 greater than 9? Yes, it is 10. It is. So the answer will be printed as true. നമ്മൾ ഇത്രയും കാലം നോക്കിയത് print, you give some variable and the corresponding value of that variable will be printed. So suppose if I say print a greater than b, what does it do? A lolla value check. Suppose if it is 10 greater than b lolla value 9, it will check is 10 greater than 9. ആണെങ്കിൽ, if it is true, then whatever is the answer, that will be printed. So Boolean means it is either true or false. Two values. Boolean means two values. So what are the two values that that it can have? Either true or false. Yes. So most of the values are true. Now see here, this is very important. Most of it is printed as true, except for what? Except if the string is empty. If you say print, so inside, sorry, and the print suppose if they're saying if statement learning, okay, bool, yeah, sorry, not print, sorry, bool what happens? You don't have a space. It is an empty string. What is the value of it? The value of it is false. Now if I say bool a എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ? A has got a value, right? 10. So if I write bool a, the value will be true. Why? Because it is finding it is checking whether a is having some value. If it has some value, then answer will be true. Suppose if I say bool a greater than b, what is it? A greater than b, the answer is always true. Yes. Is that clear? Are you able to understand this? Is that clear? Okay. So let me just
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Let me just share the other one, the screen. Mm. Just So what are the empty values? Empty brackets, okay? It will give return false as the answer. Okay. So I'll work out all those things and show you what is the output for everything. Let me share the other screen. Okay. So this is what we did. So x is a variable, x star 4 will give you good 4 times. Okay. Now what happens? Let me say you have a is a integer, right? So 5 and 10. So you want to see what is the output of if a greater than b. And the 5 greater than 10. Is 5 greater than 10? No. So the output should be false. So bool of 5 greater than 10. Adine print cheyadam. That is why you are writing the print statement here. So what will be printed? The answer will be false, which will be printed. Are you able to understand this? Yeah. Now suppose if you just write without anything, 10 greater than 9 or what will be printed? True will be printed. Yes, 10 is greater than 9. Now we are dealing with bool. So it is giving a answer, either true or false answer. Okay. Now suppose if I want to say what is the boolean value of, suppose I have a variable c. C is equal to an empty string. Space illa. There is no space here. Okay. Now I want to see what is the boolean value of c. It's false. You see that it's false because it's an empty string. Suppose if I put a space here, now you see what happens. It became true. Just a second. Okay. Now you see when C has got a space, the answer turned out to be true. But if it is an empty string or a space illa, then the answer is false. Are you able to understand? Whatever kind of brackets it is, it can be like this, or it can be what to say, empty brackets. Suppose if I say print bool of just empty bracket, nothing is there within the bracket, it gives you false, isn't it? Any kind of bracket for that bool of this, sorry, bool of false. Now this already you are having giving the value there false, so that will be printed as false itself. Yes. Or bool of empty brackets, it will give you false. Bool of any kind of empty brackets, it will again give you false as the result. Are you able to understand this? Bool of another empty bracket, it again gives you false. Is that clear? Bool of and another, this is another way, keyword which is none. Bool of none എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ none എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ it is empty. It is as clear, as same as empty the string പോലെ. So that also gives you 0 as the output. Okay. So are you able to understand what is this empty string? Empty string ആണെങ്കിൽ the result will always be false. But if suppose you have a എന്താ പറയുക space or something there, then it will return the result as true. And the remaining are all these kind of greater than, less than, that you already know. Greater than, less than, whatever you put, it will give you the same thing. Okay, suppose if I'm having c is equal, okay, print bool of a equal to b. A യും b യും ഒന്നാണോന്ന് check ചെയ്യുക. It is not, isn't it? So false will be printed. Suppose you make both same. A is 10, b is 10. Now what happens? True. A is equal to b. There is a difference between single equal to and double equal to. Single equal to എന്താ 10 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ value you are assigning into the variable c. This is an assignment operator. 1 equal to is an assignment operator. Double equal to is checking, is A equal to B, is the value of A equal to value of B. So this double equal to is where you are checking whether both the variables are same. Single equal to is where you are assigning one value, whatever value is there on the right side, into the variable which is there on the left side. So single equal to is an assignment operator. Double equal to is to check whether both the variables are equal or not. Is that clear? This is very important because when you are in some cases you need to check two variables. So don't put one single equal to. You have to put double equal to. Okay. Mm, then coming back. I hope this is clear for everyone. Yeah. So now coming back to the different operators in Python. So you have arithmetic, assignment, comparison, logical, identity, membership, bitwise operators. These are the different types of operators that you have in Python. So let's see one by one. Arithmetic operator Arithmetic operator is basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, which we saw in the first class, right? What does modulus mean? Exponent and floor division. Floor division or the x and y in a divide ചെയ്യും. Divide ചെയ്തിട്ട് the result is round to the nearest whole number. Okay, whatever is the nearest whole number, the result is rounded to that. Okay. Now if you want to check each and everything, let's try it out. Okay, let me erase all this. Okay, now we have addition operator. Okay, the first one is addition. What happens? Print A plus B. What will be the result? It will be the addition of two numbers A and B. Now same thing. Print A minus B. Already know that will be printed. Print A multiplied by B. Print A divided by B. Yes. Uh, what will be the answer? A plus B is 20, 0, multiplication 100, division is 1. And you see here, division varumbathekim, it is automatically converted into a floating point. Okay, the value is considered as a floating. Division varumbathekim, whatever is the result is stored into a floating variable. Baki ella edathilum A and B integer aanengi result will be integer. A and B integer aanengi subtraction the result will be again integer. A and B integer ആണെങ്കിൽ multiplication result will be integer. പക്ഷെ A and B integer ആയെങ്കിലും the result of division will always be a floating number because you don't know. Any cases it can change. Now what happens? What is this modulus? Print A modulo B. Modulus operator is it divides A and B and gives the remainder as the output. Even a division, sada division landa, it gives a quotient as the output, right? A divided B, 10 divided by 10. What is the quotient? 1. So 1 is printed. But modulus no remanda, it divides and gives a remainder as the output. 10 divided by 10. Quotient is 1, remainder is 0. So remainder is printed as the output. So this modulus operator is very important, a very important application when you are trying to find out whether a number is even. How do you find a number is even? If you divide by 2, if it is fully divided by 2, then you can say the number is an even number. What do you mean by fully divided by 2? Is fully divisible by 2, which means the remainder should be 0, isn't it? So in that case, if suppose I say check whether the number A or whichever number is there in the variable A is a even number or not. How do you find? That's where you use the modulus operator. If A modulus 2 is equal to 0, then I'll say it is an even number. Else it is an odd number. Are you able to understand this? So you will check the output of this one, A modulus B. Or if for an even number, you have to check A modulus 2. What happens? Answer is 0. Answer is 0. I answer then you do the other evaluation. If A modulus 2 equal to 0, then you say print it is an even number. Else print it is an odd number. You will be learning that later. Now what is the next one? Exponent. print x exponent y. So double star means it will give you the exponent. So 10 raised to 10, I think it's a very big number. So let's go with this. Where is it? Okay, fine. In my PyCharm, it is different. Exponent is
Ma'am, X and Y are strings.
where? Oh, sorry. Oh, it's A and B, right? So you have this and print. Thank you, dear. A and B. Okay. Yes. So this is double star is exponent. So what did I do? 10 raised to 2. So 10 raised to 2 is 100. And here you have the floor operation, right? The floor operation is the next one. Floor operation and now it divides and it rounds off to the nearest whole number. So here 2 is directly divisible. Let me take 3. Okay. So 3 എടുക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും what happens? 10 divided by 3. It is 3.33 something. So 3.33, the nearest whole number is 3, right? So the answer is printed as 3. So that is the floor operation. Okay, floor division. So it divides and gives you the nearest whole number. Is that clear? Yes. So this, so these are the arithmetic operators that you use. Now there are assignment operators. Assignment operators no പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും you are assigning some value. So suppose if I write x is equal to 5 is an assignment operator. എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ you are assigning the value 5 for the variable x. So this is an assignment operator. Now suppose I write x is equal to x plus 5. So x plus 5. What am I doing here? x I am assigning x എന്തായിരുന്നു value other plus, let me put 6. So what happens to the new value of x? X becomes 11. Okay. So let me print this. Print x. Print x. Okay, this is the new x. So what happens here? Initially x is 5. So x is equal to 5. I am printing x, which is 5. Other going to x is equal to 5 plus 6. Now what is the new x? എന്തായിരുന്നു നേരത്തുള്ള value? 5 plus 6, 11. So 11 is put into x. So now the new value of x is 11. Okay. ഈ ഒരു അസൈൻമെന്റിനെ I can change and write it as x plus is equal to 6. X is equal to x plus 6 x plus is equal to 6, which is same as x is equal to x plus 6. See what happens? What do you get the result as? The result is again 11 only. So this is another way of writing in the x is equal to x plus 6. This is another way of writing x is equal to x plus 6. What is the way? X plus is equal to 6. So you are using two operators, right? Equal to and plus sign. There is only one single operator. Plus equal to is a single operator. What does it do? It is adding 6 to the variable x and assigning that answer back into the same variable x. So this is a way of assigning. This is a different way of assigning values. Okay. So similarly, you can write x minus is equal to 6. So what does it do? It is doing the same thing. X is equal to x minus 6. It's the same thing which it does. Okay. Are you able to understand? Print x. I'll print at every point so that you understand. So initially x was 5, then you added 6 to it. So what is it? 5 plus 6, 11. Then you subtracted. So I say I'm subtracting 3. What happens? 11 minus 3, 8. Sorry. Yeah. Is that clear? So similarly, you can do for subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, floor operation, double star, exponent operation for all of these things. Yes. So this is assignment operator. Now the next one is comparison operator. Comparison operator എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ you are checking. So equal to is a comparison operator. You are comparing two values. Is x equal to y? Yes. So let me just, do I have x and y? What is x and y? Oh, okay. Let me print x and y first. So x is 8. Sorry. So you are printing x first. X is 8 and y is evening. You are checking is x is equal to y. It's not. 8 and evening are not same, isn't it? So now let me say I'm giving y is equal to 8. Let's check. X is 8, print x, y you are assigned the new value 8, printing y, and you are checking is x is equal to y? Yes, it is equal to y. Okay, is that clear? So equal to no remanda, it is used to compare. Double equal to is used to compare. Another comparison operator is not equal to. You are checking whether x is not equal to y or no. X and the it, y and the it. I am asking is x is not equal to y? No. No, it is not. It is equal to y. That is why it is printing false. Suppose my y value say it is 9. So x is 8, y is 9. Now it is not equal to. Both are not equal, right? So it will give you true as the answer. Are you able to understand this? Now I'll check x greater than y. X and the it, y is 9. Is x greater than y? No. So answer will be false. Less than varyum is x less than y? Yes, true. Or greater, other you can write greater than equal to. Is x greater than or equal to x? False. Is x less than or equal to y? True. Okay. So these are the different comparison operator. What are they? Double equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. These are the different comparison operators that you have, which is used to compare two variables. Is that clear? So you learned what are arithmetic operators, assignment operators. So x is equal to x plus y, x plus is equal to y. Comparison operators, now logical operators. Logical operators are only three of them: and, or, not. These are the three logical operators. So what do you do? Logical operators and in the chain, it will return true if both the statements are true. What do you mean by both the statements? Suppose I have x greater than 5 and x less than 10. Sorry, x depends on the value, right? So let me give x is equal to 7. If x is equal to 7, I am going to print what happens here. Okay, I'm just removing this. X is equal to 7. I'm checking if x greater than 5. Is 7 greater than 5? It is true. The first statement in the answer is true, isn't it? X greater than 5, 7 greater than 5. Is x less than 10? It is again true. Yes. So what does AND do? AND will check the answer of two expressions. X less than 5 is one expression. X greater than, sorry, x greater than 5 is one expression. X less than 10 is another expression. Here രണ്ടെണ്ണത്തിന്റെയും answer check ചെയ്യും. Check ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് what does AND do? If both are true, it will return true only if both the statements are true. Suppose one statement is false. I'll say x is greater than 10. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ എന്തായി? First one is true. Second one is false. If one is true and other is false, and will return true only if both are true. If either of them is false, it will return false. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരെണ്ണം false ആയപ്പോലും it will return false. Are you able to understand? This is what and does. So when you learn logical operations, you will understand what are the what does and do. If both only if both the statements are true, it will give a answer as true. If either of them is false, the answer will be false. Is that clear? Are you able to understand this? Similarly, you can do it for or. Or what happens? ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരെണ്ണം ട്രൂ ആയാൽ പോലും it will take the answer as true. Okay, let's see. What is the output of this? 7 less than 5, false. Second one in the 7 greater than 10, again false. So if both are false, the answer will be false. If any one is true, let me make this one as true. 7 greater than 5. So that one is true. If any one of it is true, the answer will be true. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരെണ്ണം ആയാലും പോലും. Okay. Suppose I am making this false and the other one true. So it is false and true. Okay. What happens? Again the answer will be true. If I make both of them true, the answer will be again true. Yes. So or what happens? ഒരു true ഉണ്ടായാൽ മതി, answer will be true. And എന്താ രണ്ടെണ്ണം true ആവണം. And the last one is the not statement. Not, what will it do? It will give the reverse of the answer. Suppose I say x less than 5. Sorry, it is what am I writing? Print not of. Not, you see how you write it. You write not first and then you write the statement. Okay. Not of x less than 5. X is what? 7. 7 less than 5 ano. False. But not though it will give the other output. It will give you true as the output. It will take the opposite. Opposite the ulta. Okay, of it. And gives you the answer. Now let us see. You can add multiple things inside this. X greater than 10. Okay. Now you see what happens. First you execute the bracket inside. X less than 5 is 7 less than 5 is false, and 7 greater than 10 is again false. Okay. So and എന്താവും both false ആണെങ്കിൽ and will give you false. Now not വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും so false plus false. False and false is equal to false. So your final answer is false. Now the not is coming there. What does the not do? It will take the opposite as the answer. It will give you true as the output. Now you see here. Suppose if I do less than 7 less than 5, false. 7 less than 10, this is true. And in the false and true is false again. In the not ആവുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും what happens? False in the not is true. You see it? Now suppose I am making both true. 7 greater than 5. Sorry, true. 7 less than 10, true. So and വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും if both are true, the answer is true. So for this statement, answer is true. Now not of true. What is not of true? False. Answer will be false. Are you able to understand this? How to write it? Is this clear? Now these are just small. Yes. So these are just small subtopics. പക്ഷേ ഇതൊക്കെ you will be using. You have to understand this first, because you will be using all of these operators within the control statements which you will be studying next. Okay, if statement, then various other statements which you have, or wherever you use Python. This is the basic, not just Python, in any programming language. Okay, so once you know all the operators, then you will have to figure out where to use the operators. Okay, now the next one is identity operator. Okay, so let us do identity operator എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്താവും? It is two things, is and is not. These are the two identity operators. Okay, is and is not. Now is and the m returns true if both variables are the same object. ഞാൻ ചോദിക്കും is what is my x? I'm saying x is equal to 7, y is equal to 7. Print x is, sorry, x is y. X y ആണോ? Okay, I'm just erasing this. That is, okay, identity operator dealer. What happens? I'm giving x is equal to 7, y is equal to 7. I'm asking is x is equal to y? Instead of that double equal to, you are using the identity operator is. It will return true if both the variables are same. 7 is 7. Ah, no, yes. So it will print true. Suppose I'm changing 7 is 10. 7 10 ah, no, is 7 10? No. So it will print false. Are you able to understand this? Is not. Now what happens if I use is not? 7 is not 10. Yes, 7 is not 10. So it is true. Then I am saying 7 is not 7. No, 7 is 7. 7 is not 7 is false. So it is printing false as the output. So what are the two statements that you have in is operator? Is and is not. Understand? These are the two identity operators, is and is not. Did you understand this? All these are notes to be taken down because you'll be using all of this in your program. So either by heart ആണെങ്കിലേ you will know where എവിടെ എന്ത് ഉപയോഗിക്കണം, which operator should I use where, will be very clear to you. Clear? Yes. Then yes,
Oh, what's the difference between is and equal to then?
it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing. And the പക്ഷേ is not എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്താ not equal to, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do this one. Oh, double quotes. Now what happens here? It will give you the answer because both x and y are Vidya. Now suppose I write the other one is capital V, other this one is small v. It is not equal. Understand? So it will not give the answer as same. Now what happens is I am using equal to equal to. It is giving the same answer. So it is the same thing. The equal to, sorry, the is equal is representing equal to and is not is representing not equal to. Exclamation equal to. We learned, right? That is not equal to. Yes. But you can use this in different places. കാരണം ചില സ്ഥലത്തിൽ equal to will not work if you are using suppose you want to check something inside a list. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും sometimes some objects it will not compare some objects together. So here x and y are integers or strings, whatever it is. So in case of some objects, equal to might not work. So there you have to use is identity operator. Okay. Next one, membership. So membership operator. So membership operator, what do you have? In and not in. These are the two things. Now what happens? I need, what does in do? It will check if something is present within something. Okay. So in operator, where did we learn in the last class? I think, let's see if this works. A is equal to I A in X. A എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് I എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ അക്ഷരം. I എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ അക്ഷരം വിദ്യയിലുണ്ടോ? It is there. Okay. Suppose if I say you, is the word you there in Vidya? It is not there. Okay. So that is what in does. It will check whether something is there inside another object. If the object A is there inside object X, yes, it is there. Suppose if I want to say ID, okay, ID is there. Let's see, ID is there inside X. Understand? Now if I say IY is not there. It is not there inside Vidya. Are you able to understand this? If a particular sequence, here sequence is IY, is the sequence IY there inside another object X? Yes, sorry, it is not there. Is the sequence ID inside the object X? Yes, it is there. Are you able to understand what I am trying to say? അതേപോലെ in, not in. Print A not in X. So A and the IY not in X. Yes, IY is not there in X. So that will give you true. It is just the opposite of the other one. Is that clear? If is one sequence there inside another object, ഒരു sequence വേറൊരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിനകത്ത് ഉണ്ടോ is the only thing that you check. Is that a member of the other one? Is that clear? Yeah. Now the next one is bitwise operator. So bitwise operator, I will explain it maybe when we do some other problems, because otherwise you have to convert first. You have to go bit by bit. If you are checking A is IY or maybe X is 7, you are checking 7 with 5. But bitwise operator, you have to take the bits of 7. 7 the bitwise representation and the binary representation and the 5 the binary representation and the എന്നിട്ട് അതിനെ bit by bit ആയിട്ട് you have to check. So bitwise operator, I'll explain it later. It comes in very rare questions. Okay, you don't use it so frequently. Okay, so that is the last one, bitwise operator. It is again and or, XOR, not, all those things. Okay, so are you clear with all the operators, the different kinds of operators that you have to use? Operators, please remember all these things, because when we do the next topic is conditional, what is that, conditional statements. Okay, conditional statements എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും if else, now you start using the different loops. So നിങ്ങൾ ഫ്ലോ ചാർട്ട് വരച്ചപ്പോൾ you drew a flow chart for looping, right? You have to do something repeatedly to find the factorial. You did some set of statements repeatedly. So അവിടെ അതിനകത്ത് you need to use different types of operators. Depending on the kind of program or the question that you have, you should decide which operator should I use. So it is very important to be thorough with all these operators. Sometimes these operators give you the answer very easily. You don't have to do a long method in order to find the answer. So these operators help you to make the process much easier if you are thorough with all these. Okay, so these are the operators. Now once you know the operators, then comes the expressions. Okay, so what are expressions? Expressions are a sequence of numbers and operators together. So if I have 5 is a number, right? It's a variable. Plus is an operator, or minus, greater than, less than, addition, subtract, exponent, modulus, and or, all these are operators. And x, y, a, b, all those things are variables which contain some values. Yes. So when variables and operators come together, it gives you an expression, x plus y. X is a variable, y is a variable which has an operator in between. So now that is an expression. X plus y is an expression. So expression is a way to represent, is a combination of operators and variables together. Arithmetic expression consists of operands and operators. Operandsനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ variables എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Okay, operands and operators. എന്തിലാണ് operate ചെയ്യുന്നത്, that is called operands. Operands and operators together is called a expression. For example, all these are expression. 5 plus 3 times 2. These are expressions. Okay. So here you already know all the different operators. Negation, sorry, subtraction is the other one. This is subtraction. Negation is another operation. Okay. I think negation should be this one. They have written it wrong. This is the negation operator. A tilde sign, you can see it on your keyboard. So that is a negation operator. Then exponent, multiplication, division, then what to say, floor operation, modulus operation, addition, subtraction, everything. Okay. Now, binary operator എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്താ? Binary operators are where an operator need two operands. രണ്ട് ഓപ്പറൻഡ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലേ മാത്രമേ അത് വർക്ക് ആവത്തുള്ളൂ. ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് കോൾഡ് ബൈനറി ഓപ്പറേറ്റേഴ്സ്. എ പ്ലസ് ബി, എ ടൈംസ് ബി. പക്ഷെ നെഗേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താ? ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് നോട്ട് എ ബൈനറി ഓപ്പറേറ്റർ, ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് എ യൂണറി ഓപ്പറേറ്റർ. Unary operator which doesn't need, see it is negation. Okay, unary operator is something which doesn't need two variables, it can work on one. So negation of 5 എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്താ? False. Okay, I mean whatever the value is അതിന്റെ negative വരും. Okay, so that is a negation. So these are unary operators. This is unary operators. Binary operators require two operands. Unary operators require only one operand. Clear? Now, what happens is when you evaluate an expression can have a plus b times c minus d, whatever. An expression, when you evaluate an expression, you have to follow certain rules. What is it? The thing which you have learned in your school, BODMAS rule. Okay. So this is what has to be followed. Okay. So first you have to see if there is a parenthesis, that has to be evaluated first, brackets. Okay, or you can say parenthesis, whatever it is. Then comes order or exponents. Okay, if there is an exponent, that has to be evaluated next. Then comes division, multiplication together, both has the same precedence. Addition and subtraction has both the same precedence. Okay, so exponent has the highest precedence in evaluation. Bracket ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ you can use parenthesis to change the order of evaluation. But എന്തൊക്കെ evaluation ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, if there is a bracket, then the bracket has to be executed first. Okay. Then unary negation is evaluated next before multiplication, division, and remainder. Suppose if you have a negation 5, then that has to be evaluated first, or negation, whatever it is. Multiplication, both types of division and remainder are evaluated before addition. So addition, multiplication and division comes together, both has the same precedence. നമ്മുടെ മാത്സ് പോലെയല്ല, ഇവിടെ both has the same precedence. Addition and subtraction are evaluated before assignment. Okay, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് assignment statements. എല്ലാം calculate ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടല്ലേ finally you assign it. So if I say x is equal to all this, first you need to calculate all this, then only you will assign the value to x. So assignment operator, the precedence come later on. Okay, so here you have the list of precedence. So what happens first? The highest precedent is for parenthesis. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് exponents വരും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് bitwise NOR. These things mostly you don't use, but if it comes, remember it. Then comes addition, sorry, multiplication, division, floor operation, remainder operation. ഇതിന് എല്ലാത്തിനും ഒരേ precedence ആണ്. Multiplication, division, floor, modulus. All of this have the same precedence. Okay, suppose if I have 5 modulus 3 plus 2, modulus have a higher precedence than addition. Addition is coming here. So ആദ്യം ഈ modulus ചെയ്യണം. Then whatever result you get, our answer plus 2. Yes. So this is the order of operation. Then comes bitwise and or, XOR or. Then greater than, less than comes at the end, and this is the order of evaluation. Is that clear? Just follow the BODMAS rule. Just remember, adile multiplication, division to kuda floor and modulus comes, addition, subtraction comes here, exponent comes on the top. Clear? Now what happens here? Suppose you want to evaluate 5 plus 3 times 2. What is the answer? 3 times 2, 6. First you have to do multiplication. Okay, multiplication comes to us. 3 times 2, 6. Answer is 11. Parenthesis gets the higher precedence. 8 times 2, 16. 6 modulus 2, there is nothing. So you just do the modulus. 6 divided by 2, 3 times 6. Remainder is 0. That is the answer. So remainder is the result of modulus. Now ഇവിടെ എന്താ വരുന്നത്? This is multiplication. This is exponent. So exponent has to be done first. So 3 raised to 2, 9. 2 times 9, 18. Then what? 3 times 2. Okay. Here negative, it is as simple as that. Okay. So here first comes the exponent part. And then comes the negative part. Okay. So 3 raised to 2, 9, negative 9. Okay. Now this is 3 raised to 2, 9. Then here it is the exponent. 2 raised to 3 raised to 2. So it is like 2 raised to 3 raised to 2. So ആദ്യം നിങ്ങൾ ഏതാ ഇവാലുവേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? 3 raised to 2. അപ്പൊ ഇങ്ങനെ എക്സ്പൊണന്റ് വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും you know exponent has got the higher precedence. പക്ഷെ രണ്ടും exponent ആണെങ്കിൽ you should not go from left to right. Instead you should go from, sorry, this is not from left to right but from right to left. This is the right way. So if we have two exponents together, the order of precedence, sorry, order of precedence, it goes from right to left. Okay, so you have to evaluate 3 raised to 2 first, which is 9. Then you write 2 raised to 9, 512. So when it comes to exponents, exponent operator, the order of evaluation is from right to left. Is that clear? ഇവിടെ bracket ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് you will understand. First you have to do 2 raised to 3, that is 8. Then 8 raised to 2, that is 64. But if bracket is not there, what happens? You see the answer completely changed in both the cases. It's the same numbers and same operator, but bracket is there, the answer changed. Okay, so this is what you have to remember when you are evaluating expressions. 45 divided by 0, 0 denominator cannot be divided. 45 modular 0, again you have to do division and then find the remainder, right? But division with 0 is not possible. So that is also eliminated. Are you able to understand this? Can you try to do this question? Please give the answer. Don't use the system or the program. You have to do it on your own. The order of precedence. What will be the answer? Okay, please don't leave the meeting. I'm going to log the meeting. 28. Okay. Okay. Are you all doing it? Let's see the answer. Okay. So here the answer is 51. Now why is it 51? So first you do the exponent operator. Okay, exponent operator 3 raised to 3. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. 27. Next comes the floor operator. Where is that? Floor operator, this one is along with multiplication and division, isn't it? Sorry, floor division. So that has to be taken next. So it is similar to division only. So division comes next. So 27 divided by 19. 19 ones are 19, 19 twos are greater than 27. So 1. Whole number is 1. You wrote it as 1. Now what happens? It is addition and subtraction only. So first you do addition. 51 plus 4, 55. 55 minus 1, 54. 54 minus 3, 51. Are you able to understand this? Yes? So the operator precedent is very, very important. Which one should you evaluate first before the other one? Okay. So you will have questions like this. They will give you the expression. They will ask you what will be the output. Clear? Try to do this one. I want everyone to give the answer. So please write your answers onto the screen. Okay, 10. Fine. Anyone else? Okay, 10. Anyone else? Sorry. Mine is 8. Okay. Anyone else? The calculations are easy. You just have to know the order. 64. Okay. Nothing but two answers now. Negative 8. Okay. Negative 8. Okay. So let's see the answer. What happens? 8. Okay. Negative 8. Okay. Let's see. The answer is negative 8. Now what happens here? First comes the exponent, which has got the highest precedence. So 4 to the power 2, 16. ഇനി അടുത്തത് multiplication. Left to right. It is all multiplication and division. So first you have to do multiplications, divisions, and this is also division operator with flooring. So what happens? The operator precedence is left to right. Exponent in മാത്രമാണ് it is right to left. Okay, if two exponents come together. So here കാരണം it is 3 star star 2 എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ it is nothing but 3 raised to 2. So this has to be evaluated from left to right. 3 raised to 2 എന്ന് എഴുതണം. Okay. Now, what happens? So now you do the next multiplication. 6 times 3, 18. 18 divided by 16x division. 1 point whatever it is, 1.1.125. Then you do the flooring. Divided by 5. It is nothing but 0. 0 minus 8. Minus 8. Understand? So you have to be very careful when you and learn the precedence very carefully. Okay. So there are this is an easy question. This is very easy. Try to do this. Okay, 20. Anyone else? Any other answers? 20. Okay, another 20. 20, 20. All of them are giving 20. I think this is an easy one. Okay, yes, 20 is the answer. Okay, so first you do the multiplication. 4 raised to 216. Then multiplication order comes in this way. Sorry, yeah, addition, multiplication, and flooring. So 3 times 2 6. Then leave the addition and subtraction there. 5 floor division 2, that is 2 again. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Closer you are approximating is 2 2. Then what else? Then you do the addition and subtraction. Yes, clear? Yes, try to do this. 6 less than 12 and not of 20 greater than 15 or 10 greater than 5. So your final answer will be a binary answer. Sorry, Boolean answer. True, okay, true. Another true. Let's see. True, fine. I'll give true as the answer. Let's see, answer is true. Yes. So first we'll go with the precedence. The not operator comes first. Okay. So not of 20 greater than 15. True. Not of true is false. True, false, then and or has the same precedence. So you go from left to right. Okay. True and false is false. False or true is true. Clear? So that's it. And I'm in the PPT. You can see here there is a link I have given at the bottom. Okay, from the first question along with the first question. So e questions are e link there are many other links where you can find out all these type of expression kind of questions. So please try to work out all those things. Okay, you will find lot inside this. I mean 15 questions are there, but you will find many in the online. Okay, so you can work out all those questions. Yes. So with this, we'll stop here. In the next class, we have few more. Baki, okay, we have learned, I think, how to write how to get the input. We saw that input function which you have to convert, change the type if it is required. Then output, the F statement, which how will you print it? We have seen that also. How to write comments. Then, who's this? Type conversion. How do you convert the type? Okay, type. Wait, I'll share this. So these are the topics which comes under the first module. Okay, type conversion you have seen how to type. Yeah, we saw we saw it in the last class how to change the type, and we saw what is how do you print the type. Okay, then who are these people who are leaving the class? Okay, okay, and then the last built-in functions. This we will discuss. Okay, so with that we'll come to the end of the first module. Then we will do some questions from the second module, and you will have your first internal exam mostly by the end of this month. I think the end of this month is puja holidays. Maybe after the puja holidays, at the beginning of October you will have. Other kind of October mid again your second internal will start. So be prepared. This week we will have continuous classes, okay, because we have to finish the topics. Okay, we have another 3 modules to complete, so we will have continuous classes this week and maybe next week also. So be prepared for that. I'll let you know the timing. Okay, in the evening itself, either 5:30 or it will be 8 o'clock. Okay, any of these timing, because there will be class for your seniors also. So I have to schedule accordingly. All right. So Let me take the attendance. Please give your attendance quickly. Ananya,
Present, ma'am.
present. Oh, sorry, forget the color. Okay. Devangana,
Present, ma'am.
Ardra,
Present,
Arjun. One second. Wait. Arjun is present. Okay, Dheeraj, not there. Marin,
Present, ma'am.
present. Sanjana,
Present, ma'am.
present. Shomya,
Present, ma'am.
Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Julia,
Present, ma'am.
Aditya, not there. Razik, not there. Mega, not there. Prince,
Present, ma'am.
Ameya, not there. Neeraj, not there. Rishabh,
Present, ma'am.
present. Rishabh Dev, not there. Naslul,
Present, ma'am.
present. Okay. Why is the present not there? Okay. Present. Azil, not there. Rohit, not there. Aromal,
Present, ma'am.
present. Rahul,
Present, ma'am.
okay. Mohammad, Mohammad Hajiz, not there. Richard, San, Richard is there. Yes. Sanidhya,
Present, miss. Present, miss.
Yedu, Rishikesh, not there. Neeraj, Subhash,
Present, ma'am.
present. Pushkar, Anand, not there. Akshay, not there. Shruti, not there. Devadatt, not there. Mohammad Adil, not there. Omkar, not there. Najia,
Present, ma'am.
Christine, not there. Akhil, not there. Amalendu, not there. Sunish, not there. Sam
Present, miss.
Koshi. Sunish is who's that?
Sunisha.
Sunish. Sunisha. Okay. Sam Koshi, not there. Mohammad Minhaj, not there. Arjun,
Present, ma'am.
okay. Samriddhi,
Present, ma'am.
Niranjan,
Present, miss.
not there. Vismaya,
Present, ma'am.
Pranav,
Present, ma'am.
Anjana, not there. Anjana Babu,
Present, ma'am.
okay. Dia,
Present, ma'am.
Siddharth, Ghanashyam, not there. Mohammad Furkan,
Present, ma'am.
Sanjay Krishna, not there. Christy, not there. Dinu,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Kashinath,
Present, ma'am.
okay, present. Sayed,
But Sanjay